Hey everybody, welcome to Black Arrow Gaming. I'm Bob, and this is the second episode in my first Civilization 6 strategy series. At the end of the last episode, I kind of left off kind of wondering about where I was going to put my holy site district in this city, and I've since thought through a lot of these little issues with regard to city placement and districts, and I think I've got most of my districts planned out for my first 3 cities. Hopefully nothing changes and I don't have to rethink all of that. But before I get into all that, I did want to mention that I had a ton of fun recording the first episode in this game, and Civilization 6 is one of those games that I find it sort of hard to put down once I've stopped playing. I hate to stop after just like an hour, especially considering that, you get all these plans in your head for things you want to do, and it's one of those games that's just really hard to put down. So I might record this series a little differently. I might actually kind of binge record this series, which is good and bad, pros and cons to that. I guess the pros would be that you guys are going to get episodes a lot more often. I don't think I can upload every night because there are times when my computer is going to just have to take a break. But they should come quite a bit more frequently than I was thinking when I originally said one a week. The downside to this is that I won't be able to check or implement any of your comments and suggestions as often. I'll still try to do that to what extent I can, but it probably won't be quite as involved as the Age of Wonders series has been. But I think it is going to be a good thing to kind of just record this all as fast as I can, because I don't want to drag this out over like an entire year. So yeah, without any further ado, I suppose I can go ahead and just jump right into letting you guys know what I was thinking about here. So, like I said, districts, very important in this game, especially when you consider like how they affect other surrounding tiles and just general, the strategy of building your cities is just very in-depth. So I actually have been sitting here thinking about this for probably close to an hour, piecing all these little things together, and I think I know what I'm doing. So I realized looking at Moscow as I was kind of thinking about where to put the Holy Site District, that I would be an idiot if I didn't try to put a national park somewhere in here towards the end of the game, because that would really help a lot towards getting a culture victory. That I can get a lot of tourism out of that area, and I think I'm probably going to do that, which means I can't build a district in these 4 tiles specifically. These are the ones that I want to put the national park in, that diamond shape right there. So that rules out putting the Holy Site District on that hill. I knew there was a reason I didn't want to do that. That's probably why. And then I got to thinking about, okay, if I'm not going to put it here, where can I put it? Well, what I've decided is I want to put the Holy Site District here, and I'll just go ahead and start that now. It doesn't give me a whole lot of adjacency bonuses right now, but those kind of become less of a big deal later in the game, because it's like, it's not going to be that big of a faith difference, and I got a ton of faith coming in anyway. But the reason I want to put it there is because it's going to get at least 1 adjacency bonus from the mountain, and also provide +1 appeal to this tile. That's going to bump that tile up to 3. Right now it's at charming of 2. If I put a forest on this hill when I get conservation, that's going to add another 1 to get it breathtaking 4. The issue that I'm going to run into is I want to put a mine here, so that's going to knock it back down to 3. But I want to get it back up to breathtaking, because that'll make a good spot for a neighborhood. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is build an industrial zone here to get the bonuses from 3 adjacent mines, and have the industrial zone right on that spot, and put an entertainment complex here. So that entertainment complex will give another 1 to get it back up to breathtaking after I put a mine on this spot, which would take it down to 3. So overall it's getting +3 from entertainment complex, woods, and lava, and -1 from the mine. So +3 and -1 on 2 would be 4. That's breathtaking, perfect for a neighborhood. The reason I want to put the industrial zone and the entertainment complex here is because some of the buildings you build in those 2 districts can reach out, the benefits from those buildings can reach out to other cities within 6 tiles. And I already determined that I want my next city, which I'm going to actually rush, because it's very important to my overall strategy here. I want to put my next city right on that tile there. That'll allow the borders to reach the sheep, and I'll get the tobacco pretty easily. And that city is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces away, so within the range of the industrial zone and entertainment complex. I've also thought about where I'm going to put an industrial zone. In this city, it's going to be here to get 2 mines, but I can also build Ruhr Valley right here, which is going to be very useful. And that'll help me produce boats and ships and things in St. Petersburg a bit faster. And that'll also give the benefits to both cities. And I've got plans for my holy site in this district. I'll get to that a little bit later. It's going to go in this area probably on this tile right here, but I won't be building that quite yet. Then I realized I could build a theater square district in Moscow. If I put it right here, I could build the oracle on this tile and get the wonder bonus for being adjacent to a theater district for those 2 tiles. Build a forest here, so that's +2, and a forest here, so +3, and then -1 for that's going to be a mine. So a total of +2 on that charming tile gives me another breathtaking neighborhood right there. Haven't figured out quite where I'm going to put the science district, probably here. It does take away an appeal from the adjacent forest that's going to affect my national park a little bit, but for +2 science early in the game, it's probably worth it. So, I hope you caught all of that. I hope I didn't go through that too fast. One thing I want to do with these guys before I go any further is I do want to at least take a peek and see what is on this tile right there. Because for some reason, I think this spot should probably be at least an appeal of 3 because there's a forest and 2 coastline. So I'm thinking that might be a jungle there, but I'm not 100% sure. And with all of that, I'm ready to go to the next turn. Hey, France wants to be friends. That's fine with me. Alright, cool.
You tread on dangerous waters.
And I'm going to get on her better. I'm going to get on her better side here in a second. The city that I'm going to place, ironically, by putting a city close to her, is actually going to help me because if you notice, this continent breaks off to England's continent right there. If I put a city on that tile right where I want to put it, it's going to be on England's continent. So by sharing that continent with her, she's going to become significantly happier with me. I don't know what her secondary, their hidden agenda is, but I know that she likes having a city sharing continents with somebody. It's a little ironic because by putting a city close to her, it might irritate her temporarily, but I think in the long run that's going to be a benefit to our relationship. And I'm going to make a settler to go do that as soon as that worker's done. So I'm going to leave my slingers up in this area for now for that reason. That is a marsh with sugar on it. That is why the appeal of that tile is a little lower. I could probably get rid of that marsh. I won't actually be able to get it with any of my cities anyway. In fact, that tile's not going to be reached by any of my cities at all. Okay, I'll leave the... well, actually, since the settlers are staying up here, or the slingers are staying up here until... Ah, cool. A little hut on an island there. I'll leave the slingers up here because I'm probably going to send them out in the jungle to keep barbarians from spawning and messing things up. Alright, cool. And then, of course, I've got these guys down here where eventually I'll have my 4th city. You can see these deer next to that particular wonder, or natural wonder, get +2 production, +3 food, and +1 culture. On top of the fact that when I actually put a camp on there, it's going to generate even more. So this is going to be a great spot for a city. One thing I'm not sure about, and I'm hoping someone can answer this in the context, or in the contents, is if I could build an aqueduct connecting my city to this mountain to get a fresh water source. I don't know for sure if I can do that, if this counts as like a normal mountain or not. It's a natural wonder, but I don't know if it counts as like a traditional mountain for the purposes of connecting an aqueduct to it. But yeah, if you know, just let me know, because that's probably a long ways off, and this is only episode 2, so I imagine somebody will answer that question by then. Okay, I've got my builder, and I know more or less what I want to do with him. I'm going to start by going after these animals here, because I get the extra culture from my Pantheon belief, and definitely want to make use of that. This city is probably going to switch over to that culture, which is fine, as long as I can still... Yeah, the extra food doesn't hurt. I'm going to go ahead and build the extra settler now, and I won't worry about the lavra in this city. I do risk being a little slower getting religion, building the settler first, but having that city spot is far more important to me. And I don't think that anyone would have any great profit points quite yet. Okay, England does have one. When this district is done, I'm going to catch up very quickly, because I'll probably build a shrine and then build the oracle, all kind of back to back. And I think I can get that all done pretty quickly, and hopefully catch up. The oracle will give me even more great profit points from that district, on top of the 2 that I already get as playing Russia. And I will build a holy site district here as soon as the settler is done. I might not get the first religion or the second, but even if I get the third one, I should still be okay. A lot more forest down there. I should get another envoy soon, because when
exchanging.
foreign trade is completed, which it just did get done, I kind of think I'm going to reach out and grab mysticism real quick, because I am going to need that if I want to build the oracle on that tile. And I kind of do, because that's going to give me the eureka for drama and poetry, which is a nice one to get, especially when you're the Russians and your culture is kind of important. Speaking of culture, by the way, I'm probably going to go for a culture victory with all the tourism I'm going to be getting from this area, and the Russians are kind of built well to do that anyway. Okay, so I can build a trade route now. I won't be doing that anytime quite soon. So I'm going to go for mysticism and try to get the I'll get the extra envoy and get the capacity to build the oracle ASAP. That extra envoy will be nice, but I won't be able to complete... See, these both want me to build a campus, so that should probably be a bigger priority for me. I don't remember having that tile. Maybe the borders just expanded. No, I think I did have that one. Yeah, I definitely did. Once the city's done building the other things that it's building right now, the oracle and the stuff to help me get a great profit, I'm probably going to send a worker out, chop down that tile, and make a campus there. Because that's something that these 2 city-states out here, I don't know where... Oh yeah, Jerusalem's up north. Those 2 both want me to do that. I don't see the... I feel like it'd be a good idea to try to get 2 free envoys there. Okay, so as far as I can tell, no river going to the water anywhere in this area. So I am gonna... If an aqueduct works there, that will be important for me. 2 turns until mining, so this is gonna time out pretty much perfectly. I'll go put another pasture down there, and I'm going to be getting culture really fast, so hopefully I can keep up with the eureka moments to really capitalize on that. Let's go into citizen view. If you click that button right in the middle, it's going to reset everybody to the best tile for them to work on. So I got a couple pretty good tiles now here. And hopefully that settler can finish quickly. Still 10 turns. I could be getting slightly more production. Instead, I really need that extra growth, or want that extra growth in St. Petersburg. I am going to get another amenity to kind of help along with that growth, because I'm going to get that jade on the next turn. And that'll also get me the eureka bonus for craftsmanship. These guys, in the meantime, are going to go up here and keep an eye out for English settlers. Try to get in the way if they send any. But, I should get mine out there before they get anything. I think I've played fast enough. Okay, so kind of blocked there. There's a lot of fish down here. Maybe having a city on, like, this tile wouldn't be bad. It would still reach the cotton, the deer, get both fish. I'll have to think about that a little bit, but that's not for a long time coming. I've still got a lot of thinking to do, or a lot of progress to make before I'm going to be able to make a 4th city. I don't normally build 3 quite this fast, but the geography of the area around me is kind of forcing me to. Okay, so they got a nice long view range from there, and I think I'll leave them parked right there to keep any of those barbarians from interfering here. And this guy is going to, just in time, now that I finished mining, get some jade. and got 2 eureka bonuses for craftsmanship and the wheel, so that's pretty great for me. In this case, it's a choice now between the extra production. Okay, if I do that, it's going to make the settler take 10 turns. I don't need that much extra culture. I'd really rather have the production right now. So I'm going to lock... Okay, I'm going to lock that tile in place because it's 4 versus 4, and right now the production is more valuable to me. I'd rather have that settler complete in 9 turns rather than 10. So I'll wait on that. The city borders are going to expand in 6 anyway, so they're going to get another good tile. That city is going to grow faster than I can keep up with it, I think. Okay, something I haven't thought quite as much about is my science research. I would like to see where iron is. That would be useful, I think. But I'm not going to worry about that because I haven't fought a whole lot of barbarians. There might be some south of me. We'll see. For now, I'm going to probably finish pottery. I can get irrigation pretty easily. Actually, I don't really need plantations, though. I don't really have anything to put plantations on. I mean, cotton kind of nearby, but maybe something else would be more useful. If I could at least make some progress towards bronze working, that might be helpful. Unless there's another tech I need to be working towards in particular. I do know I'm going to want the Great Zimbabwe ASAP, so banking would be one thing to kind of keep in mind to work towards. And the wheel doesn't really take me along that route. That takes me to engineering. Let's just get granaries for now. I'm going to need that one way or another. Oh good, a hut, and I'll get there before England does. Alright, no English settlers yet. We'll leave those guys where they are. And England is going for that hut, but I got there first and got a recon unit. That is fantastic. Especially now that these barbarians just showed up. I'm going to go camp right on that hill and hopefully distract them from coming in and breaking anything. And I need to get my warriors back as fast as I can. Just in case of an emergency, I am going to send the slingers back because I can't afford to have those barbarians breaking any tiles. But hopefully the settlers will distract them. That means there's a camp in here somewhere. I got that scout at a nice time. An awful lot of snow down here, and the Russians can't even make much use of this. The tundra's fine, but they don't get any snow benefits. Okay, cool. They are going to attack him, so I'm just going to have him sit right there and heal. And I will kind of leave these slingers where they're at, I guess. Just so they can get back quickly in case of an emergency. Are either of these hills? That one is, but that one isn't. So I think I'll still, from this spot, I think I can still see the tile. Yeah, I can still see that tile up there, and I can see the one I want to put a city on. Well, I'm going to take these guys straight back because I need to find that barbarian encampment. Looks like I might get those 3 barbarian kills before long after all. That river comes down to kind of an unusual area, but I might be able to make use of that with the tundra. Okay, that was probably stone... Oh, that was Hanging Gardens. That was not Stonehenge. Alright, good job, guys. Keep fighting. I'll have them hold ground for now. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put them back up on that hill, because that guy seems pretty fixated on my scout, so I don't think I need to worry about him. What I do need to worry about is finding... There it is, that encampment. I want to get my men on my side of that encampment. And these guys are good to just stay there. Okay, I'll have my Lavra done on the next turn so I can start catching up in terms of great profit points. I'll probably build the shrine first, and then the oracle.
I thought clay must feel happy in the good potter's house.
Okay.
I thought clay must feel
State
happy in
workforce
mysticism
completed.
is the mistake.
I'm going to... Oh wait, I got irrigation. I got the eureka bonus for that anyway, so I don't need to worry about building the farm. But irrigation doesn't do me a whole lot of good right now. I'm going to probably go with the wheel, because building a water mill is kind of always useful in any city. So that'd be a nice thing to have, especially since my cities are on rivers. Sort of want to start the progress on bronze working, but I can wait on that for now. Okay, and the logical thing to do now would be to go get craftsmanship. Hopefully my cities can grow quickly enough. In fact, they will. I'm going to have the Eureka for Early Empire completed in 2 turns. Okay, so Oracle would take 39 turns to build, but I can get the Shrine much more quickly than that. Let's look at the Great Prophet progress. So what's probably going to happen here is somebody's going to get Stonehenge and bump that up to 120 required in order to get a Great Prophet. So that will give me a little extra time to catch up to England. It might not be enough, but I'm going to go ahead and get that shrine as quickly as I can, because I think waiting to build the wonder would take too long. I also got an extra envoy, and so I want to look at, again, at what these bonuses are. That's the extra production towards city projects. I won't be able to get that in time for it to really matter for the purposes of getting a great profit. Jerusalem's is... I think I want to buddy up with Jerusalem, because they're going to really help me spread my religion. They basically act as a second holy city for the purpose of religious pressure exertion. So I'll probably drop my envoy with them. It doesn't do me any good to give it to either of them yet, so I may as well save it in case I find another city-state that I'd rather give it to. But I do need to remember that I have it and not forget that it might be useful later. Okay, scouts should be okay to defend one more time. And these guys can run probably right up along the river and then cut across it there. No other barbarians in sight, so scouts should be fine. Just kind of worry about horse archers. There you go, good job guys. Sweet, and they got a promotion. So I want to do that now to heal them. And I usually give them the bonus for woods, because I like the sentry and the sight range later on. Although you have to get Alpine and Ranger anyway. Think about what would be more useful. There's a lot of flat land with no forest in that direction. Let's, well, I don't know that I need the scout here, but I might want him to help fight, and I've got a lot of hills in this area, so Alpine kind of makes sense for now. Yeah, I'll give him Alpine. Those guys can wait. And 4 turns until that settler's done should get the Eureka for Early Empire on this coming turn. One thing I shouldn't neglect for too much longer is my military. England currently doesn't like me. France is on good terms with me, and I think we'll probably stay that way. Generally speaking, Emperor computers haven't betrayed me that often, although I try to avoid putting myself in a position where it's tempting for them to, because I've seen it happen before, but I don't think it happens very often. So if I could get England to be on my good side, I want to look at something. Continent. Okay, England and France already share a continent, so there's a good chance they'll be on good terms with each with each other anyway. Whoops. Make that go away. I can actually kind of see she's neutral with England right now. I have a feeling that the two of them will get along, and that I will, if I can get along with both of them, we could establish like a triangle of friendship. And all be on pretty good terms with each other, which would be good for me because I don't see a reason to really expand and warmonger in this game. If I can get my city there and get another one down here, and maybe a fifth one near this river, I think I'll be in pretty good shape. For now, let's kind of get in these guys' way, and I'm not sure what the best way to do this would be. That's going to be a tough battle. I'm gonna park on this forest right here to get the extra defense bonus. Okay. Minor victory. I'll take that. Take that and do a little damage here. And I'll move my scout over in this direction just to get in the way in case anybody else spawns and tries to run north. Getting closer to the settler. 2 turns now. I would like to get him down here to kill a barbarian, or to actually finish off the barbarian camp for the eureka bonus for archery, but I don't really have time to do that, and I can't take the chance of having a barbarian camp spawn here and interfere with my settler placement. It's not really worth the risk.
Skill without imagination is craftsmanship.
Okay, I got craftsmanship, and I may want to think about changing my policies now. Well, discipline needs to stay, just because... Actually, both of these policies need to stay, because I'm not building any more builders at the moment. Although I probably actually need to. I'm going to finish the settler in this city, and before I build a holy site, I want to send a builder out to that tile and put the holy site district where I was planning on putting it. And I want to send the builder out there first because I want to cut down the forest and get the extra production boost to help me build it faster. And that's going to hopefully give me the boost I need to beat England to that second religion, assuming somebody gets Stonehenge here pretty quick. So, but I need the extra production in my other city towards building the shrine. Plus 30% production right now isn't a lot. It would be like 3 production in this city instead of 4. But the builder... Well, I don't know, because if it gets me to... It may depend on how quickly I can get my next civic. So, early empire I can get pretty quickly. I think I will switch it for just these 6 turns, so I can get that builder a little faster, and then switch it back once I've got him. Because I also need the builder to go down here and like build a pasture on the sheep and just other things to help boost the production in Moscow. Probably get the other jade too, so I can start trading it. So yes, I do want to change that to production boost to builders. Hopefully that doesn't slow down the settler. It doesn't appear that it will. He's virtually done. Alright, so now now that I got Alpine, I can just move along the hilltops here and probably sit right there. Oh, there's another luxury resource that I didn't notice, so definitely want a city here. I'm gonna let those guys heal and let the scouts probably, I'll just skip their turn for now so I don't forget I got them sitting there, but they don't need to do anything other than hang out and get in the way if anything tries to run north. Alright, settler is done, so top priority right now, go out and grab that city spot. And back here, continue with my plan, get a builder, and that's perfect. That'll be 5 turns. Early Empire finishes in 6, so that's not too much waste in terms of what my card's currently doing. Okay, somebody got Stonehenge. Good. I was hoping for that. See, now the great person requirement for a religion is up to 120, which buys me a lot more time to catch up to England, which I probably will. I'm already matched them in religious growth, or in great profit point growth. They'll probably get another Lavra, or another, for them it'd just be a holy site. They'll probably get another holy site and maybe build a shrine in it and get that up to 4. But I'm going to have 4, I'm going to have 5 before long, because I'll get the Lavra built out here and have the shrine done in that city, and then plus if I can get the oracle up quickly, I'll be in really good shape. Okay, they spawned a scout, which is... I think I should probably go ahead and hit it, just to soften it up a little with my scout. Yeah. I can get my scout out of here pretty quickly if I need to. I am going to heal the warrior. Depending on where that scout moves, he can't really get away very easily. So depending on where he moves, I might be able to pick him off with my warrior. Odds are he'll move on to like that tile and I won't be able to reach him though. That's okay, I'll get him eventually. Okay, he's instead going to go get himself trapped. I'll have my scout heal. And I will probably go ahead and attack these guys again, now that my health is a bit higher. Try to keep this mess under control. I will get bronze working for killing these two, because I've already killed the other one earlier out here. Alright, they can head back down pretty soon. Just in case anything comes running through the forest, which in this game has happened to me many times. Bad timing seems to happen quite frequently in this game. Barbarians will show up just at the worst possible time in the worst possible place. Well, if I move... Let's see, can I finish these guys off? It looks like I probably can. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna get him before anything else spawns. Very good. Progress towards military tradition. Oh, and there is sugar down here too. Oh no, that's rice. I still can make use of that. Can also make a pretty good city spot here. Probably have the city center on this tile. Alright, let's go ahead and do a little more damage to these guys. And now that I know I'm going to finish those guys off soon, I'm going to get bronze working so I can see where iron is. Uh-oh. Nuts. This timing could be off. Oh, is there anything I can do to interfere with this? If they have a specific tile picked out, they might try to go around me to get to it. So if I move these guys here, the only valid move is here. Nuts. That settlers might have showed up just on the exact turn that I didn't want it to. If it had been one turn later, or if I had just 2 units here instead of the 1, I could block it. I think the best solution for me probably is to force it this way and get it trapped in that mountain range, because if it moves there on this turn and then I move these guys here and my scout, my settler here, it's going to be stuck. It might just plant the city right where it's standing if the game decides it's too much of a pain. But it looks, the way they're standing, like they're heading southwest, which makes me think that they might be more likely going this direction. Maybe if they go around, I'm going to do this. Hopefully they'll try to circle around my slingers, because I got a feeling they're going west. If England's playing the way they should be playing, they'd be getting near the coast anyway. Oh, please, please, please. Okay, this could be bad. There's nothing I can do to stop this if that's what they want to do. Other than declaring a surprise war, which would kind of ruin my relationship with England. But this might be one of those situations where a war is the best solution. The question is whether I think that they're going to plant the city right there on this turn. I can't take that chance. I'm sorry, England.
War? We are not amused.
Okay, so now I've got a whole host of other problems. On the bright side, I got a free settler out of that. So like I was saying, I often don't declare war, but I will in situations where I have a very good reason to do so, and I think that was a good reason. There's also no warmonger penalty right now, and France isn't friends with England yet, so, well, at least I don't think they are. So they shouldn't judge me for that. It's still the ancient era, so I can kind of get away with this a little bit. Unit is available for promotion. I am going to want to use that, but I'll talk about that in a second. But you can actually time those promotions to get a good amount of movement out of your units still, because activating the promotion stops them dead in their tracks. So a lot of times you want to move one space first. Well, I need everyone to the front line. At least I took care of that barbarian camp, but now I have to think about soldiers. Which, when the early empire is done, I'm probably going to switch to production for melee range units. Hopefully, now that England's at war, that'll slow them down from getting the great profit that they were working towards. And I actually have to win the war, so there's that too. Fortunately, I have a range unit kind of right where I need it. And the barbarians abandoned their camp. Alright, well, I already know I'm putting a city here, so... Oh, England got the tobacco, though. That hurts. Oh, nuts. I don't think there's anything I can do about that short of capturing what I presume to be London. That kind of messes up my plans a little bit. Well, I'm going to want these guys down at city defending it, and don't have anything better to do with the settler but send it down and plant a fourth city in this area. But dang. I mean, I could take London, but I don't really want to. I'm trying not to overexpand myself. For now, 4 cities is enough. I don't have enough amenities to keep up with anything beyond that. Can I purchase a watermill in this city? No, I'm not even really close. I should probably start working towards the Oracle. I'm getting plenty of production, so that's good. Not a lot of growth, though, and not really enough production to make a significant difference in terms of... Well, you know what? I need to start working on it one way or the other, because I want it, so I'm going to put that right there. That Oracle will help me get great profit points a little bit faster. And then in this city, I'm probably going to focus on building defenses. A heavy chariot. I'm surprised that I can build those. Oh no, that's... yeah, never mind. I'm being a noob. Yeah, you can build heavy chariots without horses. They don't require horses, oddly. And they don't require iron. So it's a unit that it seems like everybody can get. I'm just not sure if that's the best build choice. I might just want a warrior, some basic units to get in the way and smack some stuff around. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the warrior, because I've already got a slinger bunkered up in the city. And I'm going to be switching to boost production towards that warrior here pretty soon. Scout is going to camp in this city for a little bit to heal up. Alright, I've got a lot of things to consider now. Really, really wish England didn't get to that tile. Okay, I'm sorry. I will look elsewhere in the future. I won't be settling any more cities near her anyway, so that's a pretty easy promise to make. I don't think I can, like, capture London and then steal that tile and give it back. Gosh, having walls right about now would be useful. I might want to get the bonus for masonry. I could get that pretty easily by building... Yeah, I think I'll use that builder to build a quarry there and then a mine there. After cutting down that forest and getting the holy site built. If I can even do that, I'm not really sure. Let's see here. What else can this city make? I might have this one pump out a military unit as well. Just to give it something to do while I'm getting ready to build, or while I'm getting my worker out there to build a lavra. The problem is my worker can't really be protected because my scout is injured, and I was going to put him on that tile. Well, actually, I can send the worker ahead and get some health back for the scout because he can catch up. And it might be enough. That guy can't reach my builders, so I'm okay there. I'm gonna put some pressure on with my slingers. And of course, get the scouts out the other way, or the settlers. Okay. So... yeah, let's just get another brawler. For now. Well, I don't know. I'm going to have two. Why don't I go ahead and make a slinger? I could get that pretty quickly. And I'll upgrade to archers once I have that. It probably won't be long before I kill a unit with a slinger, and having archers on defense is going to be outstanding, so that'll be worth it. Okay, these guys are 1, 2, 3. Okay, it doesn't really matter a lot where I triggered this promotion then, because they're going to get slowed down by that tree line anyway.
Look back over the past, with its changing empires that rose and fell.
I think I'm just going to try to wrap this war up with England, but I'm not going to try to kill them. I'm going to try to make peace with them and get back on good terms. This war is happening so early in the game that I might have time for things to sort of cool down. Okay, so I have a bit of a... I'm in a bit of a pickle here. Hopefully... Okay, those guys are going after England's scout. I'm going to send my scout here. I don't think my scout will attack me. Or I don't think their scout will attack my scout. But if he does, I should have time to get my builders out of there. My scout's a little weak, so... kind of trying to be careful, especially since I'm switching my policies to one that allows me to produce units faster. And I'm going back to the +1 production in all cities as well. Well, that guy is England's problem right now, so I'll move my settlers down, or my slingers down here. As for my next civic, at this point in the game, I usually try to start working towards political philosophy, which I'm not going to get. If I don't find another city-state, I won't get the Eureka bonus for it. But once the scout's done here, I think I'll have a big enough military that I can send him out elsewhere, and try to probably send him back out this way. There seems to be maybe some other city-states out there, so, and it's far away from England. Okay, that scout is leaving. Those guys might move back, which would be sort of a pain for me. Yes, they did. Okay. What now? I think I'm going to go ahead and hit him. I can't risk moving my scout onto that tile right now. This is just going to have to wait for that lavra. I can heal the scout a bit. These guys will probably attack my slingers, but I can move the warriors in the way on the next turn. And the slingers will do okay for themselves defending across the river. So now is a good time for me to trigger this promotion. I'll just go with Battle Cry, the basics here. Hopefully don't run into any barbarians respawning down there. Probably will be okay, since I just killed a camp in that area. I don't normally see them respawning right where you just killed one, but too dangerous to move my builder there at the moment, so wait there, and I will be able to see iron on the next turn, so here's crossing my fingers and really hoping that I have some. Ooh, nuts, they spawned another unit.
I'm also interested in creating a lasting legacy.
Okay, oh, fantastic, I do have iron. That does change a little bit of what I was doing out here, but maybe not too much. This tile is going... I can get rid of that marsh eventually to get a little bit more appeal out of that tile. Yeah, that kind of does change some things. Having the Great Zimbabwe on this spot is going to boost the appeal of this tile by 1. That'll make it 2. Or, I mean, that'll make it 3. But building a mine there is going to bring it back down to 2. And actually, building the holy site here isn't going to really help that much, because that would at most keep it the same, because I'm getting rid of woods to do it. So that might actually change where my holy site goes altogether. I have to think for a second. If I get rid of the marsh, that's a +1. And then that's +1 for the wonder. But there's no way I can get that to... Not unless I destroy the sugar and plant... I don't know if you can even destroy a luxury resource. I don't think you can. I think you can just take down bonus resources. So I'm actually probably stuck there. I don't think there's any way I can get that tile to breathtaking, which means there's no way I could put a seaside resort on it. Alright, well, you know what? We're at about the end of this episode anyway, so I'll take some time to think about that. This is going to be a mess in this area. There's so much going on up here right now. I did find another source of iron somewhere. Ah, excellent. I have one in Moscow too. So that is actually fantastic news for me. I'll be able to make good use of that. In fact, that is where this builder is going to end up going, I think. Definitely want that. Let's make sure my people are smart enough to work on... Well, you know what? They're getting more production doing what they are now, so... Alright, well, I'll give it some thought as to where I'm going to put my holy site in this area, and I will talk about that in the next episode. Now seems like a pretty good time to wrap this up, so thanks so much for watching, everybody. Again, I'm recording more than one of these in a row at a time, kind of like what I was doing with the Age of Wonders co-op series, except maybe even more than 2 at a time. So, if I don't get to your comments like as quickly as I normally would with the Age of Wonders series, that's why. And I will still try to address some of them, maybe not quite as many for this series since they're really going to pile up, but I'll try to address some of the most relevant ones as I'm moving through the game. Again, a reminder, if anyone knows whether I can connect an aqueduct to those mountains, that would be very useful information for me. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next episode.